Hello everyone. So I'm going to be doing 2-card spreads for a little bit, spread out over a few weeks. I'm loving these two card spreads I'm doing. I'm loving the people who have subscribed, the comments, the likes, the views. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very much appreciated. I try to get back and respond to people when I can. Sometimes I'm at least trying to go through and like everybody's comments. Things are getting busier, but I do appreciate each and every one of you. So this 2-card spread, I'm using the Weird World Tarot. I don't have the box right now, but it's Weird World Tarot, and I love it. It's kind of dark and beautiful, but the images are stunning. And for this, we're doing a 2-card spread, and this one's going to be fear versus reality. So what's your fear versus what the reality of the situation is? I can already tell you I'm picking stuff up. So please take what resonates and leave the rest, because there's quite a few of you probably watching. And of the ones who are seeing this, you're going to be like, that's me, but your situation might be a little bit different from someone else's. So sometimes I get more than one meaning from these cards. So first up, fear versus reality. For the fear card, we have the King of Wands. For the reality, we have the 5 of Wands. And it's interesting. I'm getting a lot from this. So let's see what I get first. So from the fear card, King of Wands. This king is looking very stern. I feel like someone here is worried that they're getting old. Like you're feeling old. Maybe you've got some health, issues, things like that. You're like, I just want to sit at home all the time on my chair and watch TV or do, I hear you. I'm right there with you. I'm kind of I can be a couch potato too. But this potato likes to be fries sometimes and go out and do things. But I've been hermiting for so long, so I understand. If you've been hermiting, for those of you who feel like you've been hermiting too long, you're probably doing that on it. There's a purpose to it. I don't mean you're doing it on purpose, but maybe your spiritual team is doing that. Spirit, God, universe, source, Gaia, Earth, whatever you want to call, it's up to you. I'm completely respectful of all of it. I just want you to know that whatever it is you believe, like there is a spiritual reason that you probably are hermiting. I know there's one for me. I also know I also have health issues, so I get it. And my health issues, I'm trying to work those out. I'm still tired, still needing naps in the middle of the day because I get exhausted and I can't keep my eyes open. And it's like, I can't even sleep well at night either. So I'm kind of having the worst of it. Can't sleep, but then you're tired and you sleep at the wrong time. I'm completely up and down on my nights and days. So if you're feeling that way, like there's probably a reason. The best thing I can say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical expert or a mental health expert, but if you feel like you need that, if you feel like it could be anxiety, depression, ADHD, any of that, which I'm right there with you with all of that too, you can see a mental health professional. And they can test you for that. I'm getting ready to be tested for OCD because I'm a little obsessive more than compulsive. But I'm pretty sure that I have that in some terms. I just don't know how bad it is. We'll find out. But at the same time, also, I'm going to the doctor and I have thyroid disease. So my thyroid can really slow me down. It can make me gain weight, slow down my metabolism. It makes me very tired. I want to sleep all the time. When it's balanced, I have a lot more energy. But there's all the side effects, too, that come with it. I get heart palpitations, dry skin, brittle nails. The brain fog is, like, the worst. And then you get, like, I get vertigo. I got ringing in the ears. I've got to get checked out, too, just to see, like, I'm clairaudient. I mean, I have everything, but clairaudience is one of my strongest clairs out of all of them. Because we usually use all of them at one time or another, but sometimes you just pick up stuff through certain ways better than others. So I tend to be clairaudient, but I do have this tinnitus in my ear, so it's just driving me nuts. It's a high-pitched ring, and it's like, oh no, I want to make sure I haven't lost my hearing or anything due to some other cause. It could be related to the vertigo, which is related to my hypothyroidism. So if you're feeling into that, like seek out medical help. It's always good to go to a mental health professional or a medical professional to get a physical or whatever you need to do. Rule it out. Get a hearing test. Get that blood test. Make sure that your health is where it needs to be. So you can say, okay, if it's not this, then Maybe it is spiritual. I'm going through a spiritual upgrade. There's supposedly my spirit is trying to fix my hearing. I say fix it. They're trying to open up my hearing so that I can hear them better. And sometimes I can. Sometimes I can hear somebody talking to me in my head. It's weird. And too often people think like, oh, you know, she must be crazy or something. No, let's not use the crazy word. Let's just say, you know, some people do have mental health issues and need to be worked out, but other times there is something spiritual. I like to think of myself as calm and grounded, you know. I'm hearing stuff, but it's like, no big deal. It doesn't make me react, and I don't hear anything bad. Nobody's telling me to do bad things or anything like that. I just hear other people talking. Sometimes to me, and sometimes I'm picking up on random fragments of conversation. If this is you and maybe you're worried about, like, you're worried that you're having these issues, this could be a spiritual upgrade for you. So for like a small amount of you in here, I think that you're worried about your, that maybe your third eye, or we also call it ajna. But you're, for the sake of, you know, using common words that people know, those trigger words, buzzwords, I will say third eye. My spirit is helping me open my third eye as well. One of my team, my ETs, is helping me to open my third eye, and it's all up to you. You have to make the demand of like, hey, okay, I don't want to be overwhelmed by all these things that are happening, so please kind of slow it down. You can ask God, universe, your spirit to slow it down for you. Like, okay, I want to embrace this new spiritual side of myself, but I'd like to do it slowly and cautiously. So if you could help me with that, just go ahead and ask them. They will work with you. And they will slow it down so that you don't get scared or overwhelmed. You do not want to have fear during this. Fear just attracts the wrong things. So be brave. But I feel like somebody here, I don't know how many people are going to end up seeing this video, but so when I say you, I don't mean any individual person, but there's going to be chunks of you that are kind of separated out into what it is that's resonating with you. So I think for some of you, got too much dust on here. Okay. But for some of you, you feel like you're getting old. Maybe you feel like someone else is getting old and they're sitting around but I feel like somebody's feeling old, and guess what? You're not that old. You might feel like, oh no. There's people there that hit 30 and think, well, I'm an old person now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even feel old when I hit 30. I still felt young. And you know what? I'm 42 and I still feel young. Now my body tries to tell me it's older. You know, my health sometimes makes me feel old, but you're not. So your fear is that you're aging too rapidly, you're getting older, and that you can't do things the way you could. Guess what? You can. You can always change your routine. You can change up your life. You can go back to school, or you can take a simple short-term class and learn something new. Learn a new skill, learn a new talent, take up a new hobby. I forgot what I was going to say there, but you don't have to sit still. Now, if you want to, you could sit there and game or watch movies and stuff all day if you want to. But, you know, make it worth your while. You know, multitask if you want. I mean, some people, that depends. I engage in something, but then I'm like on my phone too. Maybe it's the ADHD, but it happens. But you're not as old as you think. You're actually quite youthful, and that's what the reality is saying. You're youthful. You just need to be more active, you know. And I don't mean to should anybody or say you need to be, but you notice the difference is this is an older person sitting down, like he's sitting down ruling, and he's not being active anymore. At one time, he might have been younger. He might have worked his way up. You know, he might have learned how to be a knight. He could have worked his way up being a prince or whatever, you know, and he took the throne eventually. And now, you know, he's sitting here making all the decisions, but he's not going out and being active. So this is the difference, the reality versus the fear. You fear you're sitting around all the time and you're getting old. But the truth is, as we get older, we do need to sleep a little bit longer. We do need to rest a little bit more between exercise, between being active. And there's nothing wrong with that. And people making you feel lazy because you like to sit there and you just want to binge watch movies all day Sunday under a cozy blanket with, you know, a cup of cocoa, or you want to read or read a book all day, depending on what kind of book it is. But I mean, don't let anybody tell you what to do. You could do whatever you want. Don't let them make you feel lazy or old because you're doing that. And sometimes I sit there and I'll play games on my phone and I'll feel lazy, but then I'll go, these games are actually working my brain, so there's nothing wrong with them. They're helping me connect the dots, and I'm looking for patterns, and I'm keeping my brain working, and that's the important thing here. But over here, if you want, look at these kids are all playing around on a beach, and they're having fun. I mean, it looks like they're clashing, but they're just playing around, and they're probably make-believe. This is like telling you to go have fun. The reality is you just need to get out a little bit. You can still stay at home when you want to, but you just need to balance it. So instead of being worried that you're just sitting at home all the time, well, okay, choose. Okay, this weekend, I'm going to go out maybe, and it's up to you. You want to go out every other weekend, you can. Or at least you want to go out to be active. I'm not saying go to a bar or anything. If you want to go dancing one weekend, go dancing. If you want to go out like one weekend, you want to stay in, but at the same time, you want to go out and walk and get some exercise, or maybe go around with some friends and throw around a football or whatever it is. People are playing pickleball now. I don't know. It's like whatever you want to do, go have fun with it. This is showing you going out, being social rather than sitting home alone too. So I'm seeing the duality here of feeling old versus young versus alone versus socializing. So your fear is that you're old, you don't have any friends. No, go out. You're never too old to make friends. I mean, I started making friends. I've been kind of a lone wolf in my life, but I finally joined some social groups on Facebook, and I made a lot of friends, and I started meeting in person, and I've met so many wonderful people that way. And some of them might be watching this. I don't know if you are. If you're my friend on here, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it, and I don't say it enough. But I'm glad that I met the people I do. And I've met them through different things. Like some, it's just a social group that likes to go out. Sometimes we go travel together for the weekend. And then like my other group, I have a spiritual group, and like this is my soul tribe, man. So I get to talk to them and do tarot with them. And, we get to like have all kinds of great conversations that I couldn't have with other people. So there's definitely differences here. So the fear versus the reality. This is just your fear, so don't let your fear take over. The King of Wands is someone who's very passionate. You like things your way, so do them your way if you want. But at the same time, when we talk about wands, it's fire. You're fiery, you're feisty. You probably got a great personality. Wands are dealing with fire signs. I'm a Leo, I'm a fire sign. We like to go out and have fun. Even I'm introverted, but I can become an ambivert real quick around the right people. I can joke around and laugh, and I think you need to go out and do that, and just go out once in a while. Even if you do it one weekend out of a whole month, like that's your weekend to go out and do something. Find something a little bit different to do. You don't have to necessarily leave the house. Just find different activities to do, whether it's at home. You want to read a book one day and then binge watch Netflix another? I mean, hey, that sounds great to me. You could do some baking. You can decide to do a project around your house. And then the next week, you can go out with friends, or you could go out camping one weekend and come back. I mean, he looks like he's floating in the clouds. There are times that you just need to rest. So don't let the fear overtake you. The wands are very passionate, attractive, creative people. They're innovative. They're entrepreneurs. They're inventors. These are smart people that come up with really creative things, and they're really in touch with their imagination and the creative side of their brain, or, however you might believe that. But you are somebody who can make a difference out there with what you're doing, whether you're painting or you're building a sculpture or whatever it is you're doing. So don't let yourself get stagnant. If you are fearing the stagnancy, you can break it. Your reality is you just need to get up and move around more. Like, you want to exercise. You want to take a walk on the beach, or you want to take a weekend trip and drive down to the nearest state that has a beach. Go stay there. Enjoy it. It'll be good for you. You can read a book and listen to the sound of the waves. Everything's real meditative. So this is your reality, is that everything is okay. Everything's fine. You're younger than you think you are. You're more active than you think you are. You're just worried that you're losing it a little bit. And maybe it's because you're older. You just have to learn to change, to adapt. Everything's going to be fine. Sleep a little bit more. Get more rest between those active days, because your body's just going to need it as you age. There is nothing more I can say. You just need it. You can always change your life if you need a new location, new job, you need to move somewhere new, a fresh atmosphere, or maybe you need to just, you want to change your diet, or you want to change your exercise routine. You just want to change your routine, whatever that may be. Sometimes that's all it is. And sometimes you just need a vacation to make you miss what you have at home. And then you come home and you're like, oh, okay. Like, I miss this. You can sit down and like, after all the excitement of going to Vegas and all those noises, you come home to a peaceful, quiet home. You breathe and you're just like, oh, it's nice. It's peace and quiet and I can take a nap. And you just kick back, you can turn on the TV and nap, and then you can go out next weekend. Whatever you want to do. But I hope this has helped you realize that don't let your fears take over. Look at the reality and then adapt as necessary. All right, not too bad. Until next time, guys, thanks.